Recently, the UNESCO Institute of Statistics estimated that in order to achieve universal primary education by 2030, the world would need an extra 3.3 million primary teachers. It's a lot of teachers. So we asked the question, what's the point in trying to look at dyslexia awareness? Because it's an expensive thing. Well, actually, we find that when you look at the figures, it can cause that financial difference in a positive way. In Britain, we know that unrecognised dyslexia costs the country roughly £1 billion every year. That's £1 billion. Unrecognised dyslexia costs the country roughly £1 billion every year. That's the equivalent to something like 147,000 state pensions every year. It's also the equivalent to about 27,000 primary school teachers every year. And that's just unrecognised dyslexia in Britain. You go to America, for instance. In America, we know that dyslexia costs the country roughly $300 billion every year. $300 billion every year. You do the maths, and you find out that $300 billion could buy you 6.5 million teachers every year. You remember the UNESCO Institute of Statistics finds we need 3.3 million extra primary school teachers just by looking at dyslexia in the United States, where it costs them $300 billion a year. You could buy double that. Why does it cost that money? Well, there's all sorts of reasons. It costs that money in unemployment benefits, in extra time in exams, in stress, in mental health problems, in homelessness issues. It costs that money in productivity and productivity in the classroom. The number of teachers who spend their lives firefighting because they don't understand how to deal with a neurodiverse classroom. We know that diversity and cross-functionality within organisations, every organisation, that includes business organisations, social organisations, educational organisations and other organisations, you are going to be 30 to 40% more productive with a well-structured policy of diversity in your organisation. If we teach people how to understand dyslexia, especially teachers, let's get this right. Let's teach teachers how to understand dyslexia. If we teach teachers how to understand dyslexia, we can make a dent in this $300 billion deficit. If you get half of that in the United States alone, you can achieve universal primary education throughout the world. Just ask UNESCO. Think of the difference we can make by training teachers up to understand dyslexia.